Okay, this is gonna be pretty nerve-wracking. At least for me, probably for you as well. This package just arrived in the mail. And believe it or not, inside there is actually a fully working, miniaturized motorcycle. And how is that even possible? This video series is sponsored by JLCPCB. It is of course not gonna be like that. Inside here is a circuit board I have designed and JLCPCB has manufactured it. I am, however, not experienced when it comes to designing PCBs. I'm more or less learning by doing. I've done my best. I did both double, triple and quadruple check the design before I ordered it. Still, I'm afraid I might have messed it up. If this design fails, well, then it's $100 and countless hours wasted. I will have to go back to the drawing board and it will delay my Ctrl-MC project, the electronic motorcycle computer system that I have been working on the latest time. But I do have a backup plan, a plan B. And here it is. This book has also arrived just recently in my mail. And it's unlike any other book I have ever had. It looks like the Bible, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a much easier to read book. And it might be what saves me if I have messed up my PCB design. But enough talk. Let's crack this box open. By the way, I've translated these signs and they mean basic goods or regular products, which isn't really true. This is a very special product, a very unique product. I don't think anything like this exists. And maybe for a reason, maybe it's just me who think this is a good idea. Ooh, look at this. This small package is for later, probably for my next video. But here it is, the two-dimensional motorcycle, ready to be unboxed and seen for the very first time. It's not that this PCB is very complex. It's probably the simplest PCB I'm ever going to design. But there are some things here I'm very unsure if I've done right. Well, I guess it's time to find out, because here it is. And I would guess it does not need much explanations. It's a motorcycle seen from above with all lights, instruments, switches and sensors, the things you normally find on a motorcycle, at least a classic motorcycle. So what is this all about? For example, what happens if I press these buttons on the handlebar? Nothing. Here are a lot of LEDs representing all the lights on the motorcycle. And here is a potmeter simulating the fuel level sensor. But none of this works currently, because I haven't wired up the motorcycle. So one of the first thing I want to do is to add connectors to the PCB so I can start wiring it up. Add 12 volts to it. I couldn't mention yet, so the LEDs are normally rated for just 2 to 3 volts. So for them to be simulating a 12 volt motorcycle system, I've added resistors to all the lights here, so I can power this up with a 12 volt battery. That at least is what I hope. I've done my calculations right. But some of the connectors, or all the connectors I'm going to plug in, is type through hole, so they will stick out on the backside. That is why I have prepared some fit to the PCB. You can see here some of them has this hole to them, so it should fit like this. So first of all, let me just put on these fits. And just like that, I have 4 feet, but I also want some support on the middle underneath, so I'm not flexing too much of the PCB when I'm pushing the buttons. Great. And then the next thing is to put on pin headers. That is going to be my connectors that goes along this upper row where I have all the wiring to connect. And while I am soldering on that, let me tell you a bit about the sponsor of this video series, JLCPCB.
JLCPCB provides easy, affordable and reliable PCB and PCB assembly solutions, empowering electronics engineers to develop projects efficiently. That is a pretty bold claim from JLCPCB. Let's break it down based on my experience. First, affordability. To be honest, there's no contest here. I've looked at many suppliers, no one can beat JLCPCB on price. Next, ease and efficiency. Their self-service portal is just great. You upload your files, production starts immediately, and shipping is fast. My last order took just 5 days from I ordered it to it was delivered to my doorstep here in Norway. And finally, reliability. I just gotta take my hat off. Manufacturing quality is splendid, customer support top-notch. If you're looking for a partner for your next build, I can highly recommend JLCPCB.
And just like that, the hardware is done. I added even more feet underneath here, as the last thing I did was to add a buzzer as the horn on the motorcycle. And of course, all of this could have been ordered from JLCPCB, of course. All of these pin headers and the buzzer as well. I just need to practice my soldering skills. And I have a bunch of these pin headers. So I saved some few bucks there. Why not use what I have? And then it's time to test the wiring simulator and how it works. Maybe a bit of an explanation first, and let me get back to the book. As I mentioned, all these LEDs can't cope with 12 volts. So what you can see here, at the side of each LED is a small resistor everywhere. And that resistor is tuned, hopefully, to be fitted to the different type of LEDs, because I have white, red, blue, orange and red, different colors on the LEDs here to symbolize the motorcycle lights. I do hope I have picked an appropriate resistor to match each different LED, because they all have slight variances of how much voltage they need. But I've done mistakes in that regard before. In my previous video I had picked too big of a resistor, so it didn't even light up. If the resistor is too small, well, then the LED will burn. That is where this book comes handy. Take a look here. Inside here is all the resistors you can think of that exist. And they are all numbered with the resistance they give. So the idea now is that I will turn on my power supply and put it at a very low voltage. Test one and one type of LED and turn up gradually the voltage to see if I have matched up with the right resistor. If I put on a too big one, it won't lit up when I come to 12 volts. If it's too small, I will see it's getting too bright. And then I can use my soldering station here, take off the resistor I have put on, or JLCPCB has put on for me, and then I can replace it with a bigger or smaller one from my book. Hopefully I don't need to do that, but let's get into it. Let me test now the first resistor. This circuit board has no power protection. I just have to make sure that I'm plugging in everything the right way. For instance, like the red and the black cable here, plus and minus goes in the right way in the power supply. Start where the power comes from, and then I make sure I have plus and minus here and plug it in the right way. So the black one goes to ground, plug in there, and let me start with the tail light. That is the second pin here. It says tail light, and this is ground. Not easy to see here, but there is a trace going here and to the tail light here. Let me turn on the power. and it should not light up. 1 volt is just not enough. I can measure and see what's going on. Here I can see I'm now powering 1 voltage, and it's not enough, of course. Let me try to increase it. Okay, already lighting up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How much voltage is going across here now? 1.9 volts are now going across. Okay, let me try a bit more. 10, 11, 12. It's shining up nicely, isn't it? Let me measure it. 1.9 volts. And that is pretty nice. That's what I hope for. Let me try the brake lights. So the tail light has 1 LED and the brake light has these 2. And of course I need to power both of these if both the tail light and the brake light is gonna lit up. This looks very promising. And it actually works as well all the way down to 2 volts. Let me try the turn signals. Left indicator, very dim at 2 volts. 12 volts, 1.98. And the right indicator works nice as well. Then I've added 2 auxiliary lights there. That is 2.6 volts over there. And the next one should be the same. And the next connectors here goes to the switches. I have a neutral switch, I have a brake switch, and then I have a fuel sensor, oil sensor, water sensor. These are then input devices that will send signal to the pin headers. So I will not be able to test them now, but I can test the horn. And this is at 12 volts. That is a really annoying sound. The next one I want to check is the high beam indicator. That is the only blue one. I could have put on a bigger resistor there. This was quite intense. 2.75. Then it's the white LED remaining. 2.8. Then I have actually tested all the different lights and they all should be working at 12 volts. Let me just test them all quickly. High beam, low beam, park light, right turn signal, left turn signal, horn. Then the instrument panel, left indicator, neutral, high beam, oil, right indicator, and a dashboard background light. Then it's the rear part, aux 2, auxiliary 1, right turn signal, left turn signal, tail light, brake light. And I can of course test the switch as well. This is the brake switch. It goes to ground. So most of the switches, they just are low side switches that are connected to ground. These 2 switches here, the neutral and brake switch, they have some jumpers here. Also the water and oil sensor, they have some jumpers. So I can connect to the input-output to the switch or just short them to ground and only read the ground signal. And that was pretty much it. Except I have a very nice surprise for you. Yes, you. That you might benefit from if it is of interest. But first of all, let me just say that the motorcycle wiring simulator was a success. No issues, everything worked as I hoped for. That is great. I didn't even need my Bible here with the thousands of resistors. Maybe a later occasion I need them. My next job now is then to start pairing this simulator with my electronics modules that are run with CANBUS network. And this other package I also got has some more stuff there. So in my upcoming video I will be starting to test out this. Nice to sit here up in my warm office instead in my freezing cold garage with a real motorcycle. Now I can test out everything here and prepare it. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again in the next one.